Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
That new thing? Yeah, we've got it. The Drop by GNC, bringing you all the newness that matters. Handpicked by the pros who actually know what's up and what's proven to work. We keep you on top of the trends and dialed into what's next. Whether you're crushing it at the gym, leveling up your game, or thriving every day, The Drop by GNC is where the latest solutions in health and wellness land first. Non-stop innovation and fresh finds daily. Explore what's new and what's next on The Drop by GNC.
Hello, and welcome back to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Tess Brigham. I'm the therapist.
And I'm Brooke Brigham. I'm the attorney.
And we are back with Sister Wives, Season 20, Episode 15, No Brain, No Pain, which is a line that was said by Kody, which, no brain, no pain. You could probably infer that it would be him.
I don't quite understand it, but...
Yeah, it's way too flowery, makes no sense. You fell down. You got a boo-boo.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. You got an owie.
Is he saying he has no brain, therefore he feels no pain? He was just trying to act so tough.
I know.
We'll talk about that when we get there, but...
So one interesting thing with this episode was, so we get the screeners. So but usually we get scenes for next week. So there are no scenes for next week. But I'm not seeing anything online saying, okay, next week it's the finale, it's the tell-alls. So I'm assuming that this is the end of the season. I'm going to assume that this is like...
It feels like it.
It feels like they kind of wrapped it up and all of that, but we could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen anything definitive one way or the other.
Yeah, I imagine that when it's broadcast, they'll have a thing at the end with scenes from the tell-alls.
Okay.
That's what they usually tease that. So, yeah, it feels like this was the end of the season. Everything's tied up in a little bow.
Yeah.
And, off we go.
Yes. Okay. So today we're going to break this. Instead of doing it chronologically, we're going to take it storyline by storyline. So we're going to start with Janelle. Because Janelle got a spiritual release. Woohoo.
Yes, she's footloose and fancy free, feeling light as a feather.
Yeah, I'm free. She got the release. 2 hours later. You know what's so funny? When I saw that piece of paper, I'm like, I bet you they printed all that stuff before you even got there. Do you know what I mean? I bet you they're like, yeah, we have one for Christine in the back. We're just waiting for her. She can come pick it up anytime.
How do we know she even went to an office or something? I mean, it's like... This church I guess this is their headquarters. It's probably an office building.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it was probably already ready. She just went there and they said, we can mail it to you. And she said, no, I'll pick it up in person.
Because I need to film scenes for the show. And my favorite is where she makes this big declaration. Sorry to spoiler alert. This big declaration of like, there's nothing that ties me to Kody Brown anymore. I'm like, except the show. You're on this little TV show, and then the other
and your children
that you have together. Like, no, it as much as Janelle's like, God, I want to be done with this guy. It's like, no, you can't be.
Yeah, you'll never be done with him.
No.
You're stuck.
You had
with
children
him.
with him. That's how it rolls, my friend.
That's how it works. So
yeah, but right now she's
happy.
feeling it.
Yeah, she's feeling herself today. Yeah. And she opens up about, some things.
Oh, yes. We learned some things. I was just like, I started taking notes. I was like, whoa, hold on. Because
Hold on.
after she gets the release, she goes right to the wise dragonfly to meet with Meri to talk all about it. And then we finally get the story. We finally hear it out of their own mouths.
They finally acknowledge the fact that Janelle was married to Meri's brother. This is the first time they were not dancing around it. They just came out and said it.
And that Janelle attended Meri's wedding to Kody with her brother.
Right.
And I think that this is such a great example of just hearing Janelle's point of view and Meri's point of view. And I think this is a bit of, I want to put this on a little bit on Janelle, a little bit, because I'm sorry, like, I think Meri's feelings were very valid in the sense that she was already feeling insecure about this, bringing someone else in. And now here's someone who's coming in and you don't know Meri's relationship with her brother. Maybe the brother is like, she broke my heart. And so you have this weird loyalty to them. And, you have the loyalty to your siblings. So, and when people break up, you go with the person that you're, the person that you're with.
Right.
And so it did put her in a very weird, awkward position. And the fact that Janelle, even now today, 30 plus years later, is just like, I didn't think it was a big deal. It was like, yes, it wasn't a big deal to you, Janelle, but things are a big deal to other people. You impact other people. And that's what bugs me about Janelle.
Yeah. I mean, Meri said straight up, that was hard for me.
Yes.
Bringing Janelle into the family, that was hard for me. It was a big deal. Then cut to Janelle saying, well, I didn't think it was really a big deal. We were married less than a year. It was no big deal. I mean, just completely, like you said, brushing it off, like not considering how Meri felt at all. It was a big deal. Okay. And also, you and Kody are stepbrother and stepsister.
Well, also, she was acting kind of like, oh, we met in Vegas and then we got married and hey, it was a crazy weekend. It was like, no, you said you met in high school. You married a couple years after high school. So now you've been dating now and together for 3 years, which is kind of the average for people getting married, right? And then you were married. And yes, this is, I mean, he is, I would say, probably your first, maybe he's not your first love, but your first experiences. Like that is a significant person in your life, Janelle. And you can't just pretend like this person isn't important or that it would impact other people. And I just got a message this morning from Janelle. I get them all the time where she's doing another webinar about the second chapter. And this is the stuff that makes me like, this is why I think if I had Janelle and Meri in front of me, I think at this moment in time, I think I'd go with with Meri's. I feel like Meri's getting it a hell of a lot more than Janelle is because Janelle still can't own the fact that maybe this was hard for Meri. And I think it's because Meri was so tough on her. And I think that that's the part that it's like, you guys can get past all that. You can see that you were kids. And so you still have to acknowledge that, Janelle. I don't know. It just bugs me that she can't see that.
Yeah, no, she's being very nonchalant about a lot of stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, Janelle, like, you can't be like this and then tout yourself as a life coach. I mean, it's just, it doesn't work that way.
Because Meri does say something about this. And I know I've said this, but like, if you talk to people and everyone asks like, what's the purpose of life? Why are we here? Everyone can believe what they want to believe, but I believe we're here to be better people, to improve ourselves, to get better, to apologize, to own the stuff you need to own, all of that kind of stuff. And to me, I see that as true growth. Is the ability to say, not just Kody, I'm sorry, but to the ability to take accountability for what you've said and done, own it and move forward. And that's the problem with Janelle. That's why I'm having a hard time with this. It's like, but you're not, I don't know. I think Meri does deserve an apology maybe, or some sort of acknowledgement that maybe this was hard. And maybe Janelle will see this and apologize. Who knows?
Because, we don't know. Janelle probably came into the relationship with an attitude. I mean, Meri had an attitude, but Janelle obviously had an attitude.
She did.
Of, oh, this is no big deal. Why are you upset that I'm here? That marriage to your brother, that didn't mean anything. I mean, that's just really not cool.
Well, it's that, and a new woman is entering your life. It's a little bit like being a step parent and acting like, oh, this shouldn't bother you kids. It's like, no, no matter who the step parent is, that's separate, but you have to acknowledge that, this is weird. This is different. This isn't what people want. So acknowledge that, and then we can all just move forward.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, so, then we get another bombshell.
We do.
Janelle orders a Turkish coffee, and she reveals that after the divorce from Meri's brother,
Before she got on Kody,
before she moved on to Kody, she dated a Turkish man.
Yes, she did.
A mysterious older Turkish man.
10 years older. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, first she said a much older man, and then she corrected herself and said, well, not that much older, maybe like 10 years older. He went to the University of Utah, and he turned her on to Turkish coffee.
Yeah, he did. But he turned her on to a lot of things.
Yeah, and who knows what else.
Who knows? Well, this was the late 80s. In the late 80s.
People were wild and crazy.
10 years older. You know what's so sad about this is that you hear 10 years, you're like, oh, that's not that much older. We're really at this point in our society now where it's a little bit like, 10 years, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, we've got these old men marrying down 30 years. It's like 10 years. But I mean, if she's in her early 20s.
That is.
That's a big,
I think it is. Listen, it is when you're that age. I mean, it's very different when you're 50 and 60 or whatever it is.
Right.
Obviously, 20 and 30 are very different. But I just think it's just so funny. Older man. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I never expected to hear that from Janelle. I mean,
here we are at the end of the season.
Yes, at the end of the season, perhaps the end of the entire show. And we're just now learning that Janelle's had some experiences.
Yeah. Janelle's like, I'm starting to feel comfortable on camera now.
Now that I'm released and I'm free and unattached to Kody other than our kids in this show. Now
my livelihood and my children.
Yes, I can be myself.
Yeah. So the two of them are talking about, the spiritual release and how it all went and la, la, la. Yeah. And I wish they would just leave. I mean, poor Janelle about the dating. God, can't you guys just leave it be with her? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do this more at the party, but I was glad Meri wasn't asking too many questions.
Well, but didn't Janelle ask Meri?
Yeah, she asked if she was dating.
Yeah.
And Meri was like, I'm dating around. And
I think Meri was just she was just asking the same question back. But did you notice that Meri didn't eat or drink anything? I mean, Janelle had her Turkish coffee, and then she had some kind of salad.
Yeah, it was some kind of fruit salad.
Yeah, but Meri didn't order anything. I thought that was a little.
No,
weird.
she ordered something. She had a drink. She had a drink that she was sipping on, and then she had some food.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
No, it's there
on the table. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
All right. And then so Janelle talks about, the farm and how strange it is to pick out paint colors by herself and all of those things. And how odd it is. And so
she's kind of been doing this stuff on her own for a while.
Well, at least I think she could pretend to consult Kody or something like that. But I think Kody did have a lot of opinions. I think I think he did. And I think she, it is, it's hard to do this stuff via committee sometimes,
Yeah. Well, remember there's this episode, this is such a pathetic old episode where Kody and Janelle have had the same bed. It's not even it's just kind of a mattress with a frame. There's no headboard, anything.
Yeah.
They had the same bed for their entire marriage, right?
I think I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
Over 20 years, which that's kind of gross because people have had babies on that bed. They have.
That is true. Wait, is this the bed that they got at Colleen's consignment?
No, I don't think so. They went bed shopping.
I do remember bed shopping.
They got this a new bedroom set. And it was kind of pricey, but they decided that they were going to get it. And it was going to be each other's Christmas present, birthday presents, and anniversary present for the next year. Look how expensive was this bed.
Yeah. Or how much are you spending on each other?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they have a limit of $20. So they really needed to stretch that out.
Yeah, it was such a weird episode, the whole thing. Anyway.
But Meri asks Janelle about Kody coming to see her, and and Meri does say it's the ex-wives tour, and And again, this is this whole thing of like, well, they both agree, like, oh yeah, this had nothing to do with us. Like, this is something he needed to do. And again, Janelle, she does, again, I think this is a bit of a problem. There's this real disconnect with Kody. She was, again, we didn't see the full conversation, but with Kody at that restaurant, she was very forgiving, very nice, like nothing bothered her. And then she's here and she's saying, yeah, I don't care. And I'm like, but I don't care is different than I forgive you. Do you know what I mean?
Did she say she forgave him at the meeting?
I don't know, but it felt like what she was giving to him was this, yeah, it's good. We had a good marriage.
Okay.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
Cody walked away feeling forgiven in some way, shape, or form, right? So that's what you're projecting. This person is projecting that you've forgiven them, but then you see, I can understand if I'm Kody and I see that, I'm like, wait a second. I thought you cared, but you're now telling me you don't care. It's this stuff that I feel like the lady doth protest too much. I think you do care, Janelle, and there's nothing wrong with caring. And you need to get a little more vulnerable if you want to work in mental health. You got to be a vulnerable person. You got to be willing to put your crapola out there because you're asking other people to put their crapola out there.
Yeah, no, it's true. She just acts so nonchalant about everything. Yeah,
but is that really true? And if I was one of her kids, I'd be so annoyed. Like, God, have some passion. I hate it when people are like, oh, rad, cool, right on. It's like, God, have an opinion. I like people with opinions.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's different.
Have a thought.
She's different. I'm sure she's different with her kids, but
yeah,
I just think for TV purposes, that's just sort of the role that she took on. And she's played that role of not being bothered by anything.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. That's her defense mechanism, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're moving on to, I was so confused because so they showed us, they said we're in Lehigh. And then we hear Christine saying, I'm throwing a divorce party for Janelle. And then we see Christine in David's house. I thought they lived in Salt Lake City. I'm so confused.
No, they live
Lehigh
in Lehigh
outside of Salt Lake City. Does she live in Lehigh?
She lives in Lehigh.
Oh, so she does. Oh, okay. So she does. I kept thinking she lives somewhere else. Sorry.
It's only I believe it's a suburb of Salt Lake. It's 20 minutes outside of Salt Lake City.
Okay. I somehow thought Lehigh was farther out than, I didn't think it was a suburb. I knew it was close to Salt Lake City. I just didn't know it was so close. Okay.
I believe, that's my understanding.
It's because I was very mindful with my mistakes last time of thinking Janelle was in Flagstaff to get the release, but she's in Salt Lake City.
Or was she in Salt Lake City?
We don't know.
We don't know. I don't even recognize anything there. So,
yeah. All right. So she's throwing a divorce party for Janelle.
Party. Yeah.
Ooh, and we've got, the theme is wildflowers. And they've got temporary tattoos and a spicy bar. And I was like, oh, this wasn't what I thought spicy bar was going to be, but okay. And then there's flower arranging. Yeah. Everyone loves that show, Hot Ones. Do you ever watch that? Where they get celebrities. It's a guy, he interviews celebrities, and basically they're eating chicken wings, and the sauces get more and more spicy as they go along. And it's kind of become I think, because we can't just sit down and talk to each other anymore. We have to be eating something and do something else. So that's what it was. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, before we talk about everyone who's there, I have to say, when they first shot, who was in Christine's kitchen, I had to take a double take because I thought I saw Peyton. Okay.
Oh,
her sister Danielle.
Yes. Oh, I guess
female Peyton.
I have to go back and look.
Face. Oh, how did you not? Well, first of all,
I just remember thinking she's really tall.
She's 7 feet tall or something. She looks, her face, that is Peyton's face.
Oh, wow. Okay, I have to go back and look. I really did not register.
We finally figured out where his genes came from because, he doesn't look like anybody. And you're like, how did you get so tall? And I was like, that might be Peyton's mother. Who knows? His birth mother or something.
Well, Christine must have a lot of tall genes in her family. She must have that. And so it's obvious that all of her kids got her family's tall genes.
Well, and it's her father because Danielle has a different mother. So
yes. Okay. So the dad yeah, so the dad must be tall, or the dad's family, everyone in the family is tall. And it's true.
Yeah.
Listen, my kid's almost 6 feet. You got a tall father, and that's what happens.
Mhm.
So anywho, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have to go back and look at that. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. God, Janelle's sister.
Janelle's sister
Oh
looks
my
just like her
God,
too.
just like her.
Yeah,
It's
twins.
crazy. They're like twins.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's who's at the party. So there's Alice, who was one of Janelle's friends who went to New Orleans.
And I think this is like a
Alice
real
is-
friend. Like, I feel
Well,
like Alice is
is-
a more special friend. I feel
She's
like.
their PR person.
Oh, okay. Got it.
She's Janelle and Christine, and I think Kody, maybe. I don't know. She does PR for several people in the family.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're become friends, but I think
Mhm.
that's how the relationship started. And then we have Carrie, Janelle's sister, Danielle, Christine's sister, Meri, Christine's sister, and Annie.
Her mom.
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting. They went through all of the things, right? Annie was in plural marriage and then left and I didn't know Annie got remarried. So Annie's now monogamous, as is Christine, as we know.
Mhm.
Carrie, Janelle's sister, married once a man, and that's it.
Mhm.
Meri, the other sister, went from monogamy to monogamy, and then Danielle went from one plural family to the other plural family. And I think the lesson to be learned from all of this is they all talk about how their second marriages are so much better than the first because they have to grow up and figure it out themselves. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, yes. Which is why those first early relationships, you should not be getting married to that person. You should not be getting married to that person and having children with them. They need to be the starter. Everyone talks about starter
Mhm.
marriages. You need to have someone that you learn from.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, true.
and,
Whether you
you
get
know,
married or not. Yeah.
yeah, it's just, so this whole thing, I mean, I don't know. It's just hearing also Ron talk about it. It's like, God, these people aren't living their lives. Everyone's feeling so like they've been told what to do their whole lives anyway. It's kind of like, shouldn't we all be looking at that? Isn't there something broken here that we need to look at? I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of societal pressure,
Yeah.
and then there's family pressure, and then there's religious pressure. There's a ton of stuff, when you're young, influencing you.
Yeah.
And so, it's tough. Like Meri, the sister Meri, said she got married the first time because she just felt like it was time for her to get married.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is getting married, and it's like, oh my God, I'm 28 and I'm like getting old. And so, yeah, this is just unfortunately like how things have been for a long time.
So the hope is it changes. Hope is that these women hopefully teach their kids, like, you don't need to marry this person. You don't need to bow to this pressure. You don't need to do any of these things. So anyway, okay. Flag
So then
stuff.
Christine and Janelle gets her temporary tattoo.
Yes. The lion.
And then she and Christine have a little talk out on the deck. And they were talking about, meeting with Kody. And Christine says that her meeting with Kody was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? What? Okay. I mean, but then she said, both of them say, yeah, I did think there would be more talk about the kids.
Yeah.
But then they sort of gloss over that. Like, where is your anger? Where is your outrage? Where is like the outrage over the whole apology thing was just all about Kody.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about anybody else. It wasn't about he doesn't even ask about the kids, doesn't even want to talk about the kids if someone tries to bring it up. And why are they not more mad about this?
I don't know. I think it could be they filmed it and they cut it out, or they have gotten to a point now where they know, like, they just know that there is no, right? There's no point in getting mad at this point.
Yeah.
Because they've already been mad or gotten mad and they're already upset and disappointed. It's not worth the outrage. I was surprised that Christine had such a happy, peppy feeling about all that. But I could also say, again, if you're Christine and the last time you saw this man, he's yelling at you, knife in the kidneys, quite frankly, maybe
This was better than that.
This was better than that. Yeah, this was better than the porch. So maybe she was like, he didn't yell at me.
Yeah.
You know, maybe for her that's like, okay, that's enough. Good, all right. You know.
Yeah, guess so.
Anywho, yeah. But they both. What did they say? They both felt like this apology was sincere. Felt this.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? But Janelle, in the
Yeah.
last scene, you said, no, you didn't think it was so sincere. You agreed with Meri.
Yeah.
And then this is where Janelle says, I feel so free. I'm no longer tied to Kody Brown. I'm like, yeah, you are. I hate to be the one to tell you this. You are.
Yeah. Don't get too excited yet, Janelle. Something will happen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Something
and that's
will come
Janelle. That Janelle is released.
Janelle is free.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Okay, so where should we go next? Should we talk about Meri and Ron?
Sure. I found all of their stuff very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like this. I hesitate to say, but I feel like this was sincere.
Mm-hmm. Why? You fear it's not?
I don't know. Everything about this show is so confusing. Yeah, I mean, they do seem to share like a past, similar experience. They talk about how they lived. They had these marriages where they couldn't be themselves, and people telling them what to do all the time, and again, I had a lot of compassion. I don't know. We don't know much about Ron's story, but I do have compassion for Meri because she was like there were so many expectations on her, and that religion stuff, just really like screwed all these people up, and at such a young age too, and that's really hard. And Meri is clearly, she really does feel free. She really does feel good. She's feeling herself too, and
yeah.
She talks about how easy it is with him, and they get along well. And he really does seem to really like her. Her goofiness. Or
he thinks she's funny. He thinks she's funny. It's like, great, good. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm not understanding, and maybe this is just me, is I was like, oh, he's going to kiss her now. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just how are they dating and fooling around, or is there something going on and you just don't want to talk about it? But I do understand. I get a little bit about where they're both coming from, which is like, let's see if there's a friendship here. Let's see if we even like each other. But it's 6 months. I mean,
oh, it's been 6 months.
Yeah, they said she's known him for about 6 months. Now, I don't know how often they see each other, but after about 6 months, like, don't you think you'd at least want to kiss this person or something?
She said multiple times that they're just friends.
Yeah.
But they're flirting a lot.
Yeah. Well, and she says, and we'll see where it goes. So it sounds like they're both like, yes, we're friends. Let's see where it goes. It's like, but it seems to be, and again, it's been 6 months. I mean, it'd be one thing if this was a third date or something. It's been 6 months. Isn't this, when do you do have to go for it at some point. And so if you're attracted to each other now, what do so but that's the thing. If they're not attracted to each other now, I don't know how much more of that's going to happen for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Physical attraction, chemistry, that right away, or at least within a reasonable time. I mean, if 6 months has gone by and you haven't hooked up.
Yeah. At least kissed or fooled around or something.
Yeah.
Then
maybe
how do you
just don't want that they don't want that part on TV.
Yeah.
They're not ready to put that out there.
But we learned
you're just friends. Just say we just started dating,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we also learned that Ron also has felt like he too has been stifled by life, and that he too was like, he felt like his whole life he was told what to do, where to go, what to be, blah, blah, blah. And now he is just learning to be in the moment and be authentic. And he's finding himself for the first time.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was going to say about Meri and this whole awakening of what's happening for her is I just think even for myself, and I don't know if it's post Some of it might be post-cancer. Some of it might be everything that's happened with our parents in the last year. But there is something about hitting 50 and really feeling very free. Very, very, as a woman, that's all I can speak of, is feeling very free. And so if I feel free, I can't imagine how free Meri feels. Because no one was telling me who to be. No one was forcing anything on me. No one was telling me what to be or what to do. At her age, I've had the right to figure that I was able to figure these things out. So I can't imagine how free she must really feel.
Yeah. And you can tell when she talks about it, she just lights up. Her face lights up. And it was kind of, there was a little bit too much of that, kind of went on and on, got repetitive. But this is a whole new world for her. And apparently Ron too. And, there was kind of some too much serious talk a little bit and about her journey and whatever. But, that's her storyline. That's
Psych Legal Pop. We'll be back after these messages.
Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
That's what she's doing. She is finding herself, really.
Yeah. Well, and listen, maybe if both of these people were rushed into marriages when they were young, maybe they do want to say, okay, let's take all this time and get to know each other. I just feel like 6 months, again.
Yeah.
I personally would want like an end date, I mean.
Yeah. So. Well, I did some Googling to try to find out if they're still together, and I couldn't find anything reliable. Like, there was one People magazine article that said, Meri reveals she's still seeing Ron, but then I'm looking at the date of it, and I don't think it's recent, or I couldn't tell. So I can't give you an answer for that.
Well, hopefully Sukanya will get to the bottom of that next week.
Yes. Oh, Sukanya. She better dig in. There's a lot of questions, and we need answers.
Yes.
Where is Ron?
Yeah. And so their whole story was just, they're going to Zion National Park. They're e-biking. They got ice cream.
They're hiking.
They're e-biking. They're going to have ice cream. And then this is the moment where they're both sitting on that rock. And I'm like, oh, he's going to make out with her now. And then he's like, would you like to go put your foot in the feet in the river? She's like, oh, yeah. And they're just both of them splashing around with their feet off, shoes off, splashing around the river, having a grand old time.
Well, maybe they did kiss. So they just off camera, because
maybe.
I mean, they're both sitting right there next to each other, just looking at each other. It's like, this would be the perfect time, but.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of how the show ends too. It was interesting. They ended the show on Meri and Ron, like Meri moving into this new place. It's like, okay, look at you, Meri.
Yeah.
Getting it together. All right. So anything else about Ron and
No, I like Ron. I hope
Ron.
they are together.
Yeah.
I hope they seem happy together, seem to like each other. So
I think he thinks she's funny. He seems to like her. He enjoys talking to her. He seems like a very mellow person and very calm and introspective. I think this is good. I think that's good for Meri. I think the part of the problem is that Kody wasn't a good match for someone like Meri.
No,
Meri
they
needs a
clashed too
calming
much.
presence. Meri
Yeah.
needs a calming presence.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
hopefully, though, she's dropped some of her feistiness. But I think she was really only feisty with her family, with Kody
Yeah.
and the wives, because she seemed to always have friends.
Yeah.
And has friends now. And they obviously, you know, they're real friends and they like her. So, but yeah, she and Kody were just like oil and water.
Well, the other thing too is her saying, like, for so long with my family, I felt like I was, she didn't say walking on eggshells, but basically I was, I had to watch everything that I said.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, again, right, we're getting this idea of, oh, so that's why you seemed so upset and angry. Like, either you couldn't say anything or you felt like whatever you said was going to be wrong or it was going to be criticized. Okay. Makes a lot more sense.
And there were a lot of years in there, like when they were living in Las Vegas and even after that too, where she just kind of didn't say anything. She was probably afraid to say anything or do anything.
Yeah.
She just,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All right.
we shall see.
And so the final,
these two,
the final couple, boy, Kody was really laying it on thick. Really laying it on thick this time around. Big time.
Yeah, they both practiced this.
These conversations, you think so? These conversations?
Oh God, yes.
Well,
they're acting the whole time. Even the way that Robyn's coming out of the house and they're talking about it's so scripted. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe that. I don't know. It's their interactions always feel so odd to me in general. So maybe they are really scripted. I just want to start by saying Kody is now back from his apology tour. He learned nothing because did you hear what he was saying? He was like, well, Meri and we really controlled our escalation. The apology was hard, but we started to work together. So basically, it wasn't about him going, it was rough. Meri had her guard up or Meri was upset with me and I apologized and that was difficult. It was like we. So again, you're putting it back on Meri. It was you and Meri together. Like you won't take any, he's like claiming he's taking accountability for his part, but you're lumping her in with you. So no, you're not. I was like, oh God, he learned nothing.
Yeah. No, he didn't. And, he thinks that he's, he thinks he's just absolved now.
Mm-hmm.
He really does. He just feels like, wow, that was a really big thing that I did.
Mm-hmm. I've let all those women go free. Look at me. What a great guy I am. I set them all free. Yeah, so they can move on with their lives. Meanwhile, they've moved on with their lives a long time ago. So then he talks about how they're going to Cindar Hills because they can't go to Coyote Pass anymore. They don't own it.
No, they'd be trespassing.
They're riding their four-wheelers. And again, we have to see the scene of Robyn falling. And okay, fine.
Well, and rewatching that, it was so bizarre because she literally cut him off. He's going one direction. She cuts him off. She goes right in front of him into the ditch, and she claims she was trying to protect him. Well, I don't understand what that means. Anyway, it was.
I'm sorry.
Stupid.
Maybe I sound like a fuddy-duddy. Stop with these four-wheelers. Your child was seriously hurt by one of these four-wheelers. You've fallen. Now he's fallen. Like when is this enough? Enough. And again, this is Kody having to show us a couple things, that he and Robyn are so in love and that he is such a wild man. He lives right on the razor's edge, people, right on the razor's edge. One wife. He's living on the razor's edge, people. And then he has to tell us about how, Robyn and I, we're connecting all the time. We're connecting all the time, eye to eye across the table. I'm like, shut up. No, you're not. No, you're not. I've been married a long time. No, you're not. I don't. connecting with you.
What do you guys just every night you sit down, just
And you stare at each other. It's like, no, yeah, you have to make time for the person. And yeah, you should like go out to dinner, like do those things. But the way he talks about it and the way it's just like, every day we must connect. It's like
eyes. We
locking
lock
eyes. I'm like, dude, you guys are home together all goddamn day. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah. And they're so goofy around each other. And they really are in love. They are in love to the point where it's like they're still giddy over each other.
I think Kody is very, very, very much in love with her and desperately trying to make her, make her see him. And I think she loves how much he loves her. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much she's deeply in love with him. I don't know that, but I do know that she loves that he loves her as much as he does.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's enough, and I'm not criticizing it.
She loves that he defends her to the end of the earth.
Yeah.
She loves that he will do anything for her at the sake, forsaking all others.
Yes. Yes. Even his children.
Yeah. She said to him, oh, even though you have 13 children, I want you to come tuck my children into bed every night. And he did it.
Yes.
It's like whatever she asks of him, he does. That's what she loves.
Yes. Yeah. And that she has the ultimate control in this relationship. She does. And so again, I'm not saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing. There's so much out there written about now that everyone's talking about, the men and the struggles of men and women kind of so many women now opting out of marriage and children and, some of these things, what's going to happen to men? And it, there's all these theories about like what makes a relationship successful. And there is a little bit of that of like, the man does kind of have to feel like I got something to fight for here. There's, I want you to want me, there's got to, and that does, it helps. It doesn't, it doesn't mean that that woman doesn't love him, but it just kind of means like it does help the balance a bit. Because women, if the man isn't actively thinking about how much he loves this woman and what he wants to do for her, what ultimately happens is because we're already programmed that way to think about that. We're already thinking about that. We're already thinking about you and your needs. Society has told us, society's told us we have to think about other people's needs, the world, our genetics, our, the estrogen, all of that. So we will automatically go there. Men won't. So men have to have a reason to go there. So that's, and maybe that's the formula. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but it works for them.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that they left so much carnage in the wake. If they really want to do something, they should repair that.
Well, and then he's talking about Robyn and I are fighting for our lives together. We've been fighting for our lives together. It's like, who's fighting you? Who fighting what? You left. Yeah. So these women left. And then he talks about, we have a great relationship when I'm being me, when I'm being brave and kind. I'm like, oh God, Kody.
I feel like she told him that.
Yeah.
I feel like she told him, we're at our best when you are both brave and kind. I don't think he could have come up with that. I mean, he had so many one-liners, that they came up with and practiced. And he just pulls them out and just says them. And even when it's not even relevant,
Well, so I feel like almost like Kody wanted to fall. So they get to the Cinders Pass or whatever, and they're riding the ATVs, and they're only out, we've only see them riding for a little bit. And Robyn's like, put after
because he's kicking up all this dirt.
Yeah.
It's just like this huge cloud of dirt behind him. So she's kind of trying to stay behind the dirt. And I think he wanted to fall. He wanted to do that. And Robyn's like, all of a sudden, the four-wheeler, he crashed and it landed on top of him. And it's like, no, it didn't. What are you talking about?
His his leg would be trapped underneath there.
No, and he said later that he purposefully flung himself off
Mhm.
the other way so it wouldn't fall on him. Yeah, they're trying to make this really dramatic, and I do think it was staged.
Mhm. Well, and then he kept saying this whole thing of like, I was really pushing myself, but I tore up my arm, but I'm used to pain.
But then he also says that he hasn't been hurt enough except in relationship. Okay, you haven't been hurt enough. Okay, physically, you haven't been hurt enough. What? That makes no sense. What are you talking about?
These women that I rejected didn't want to give me money anymore. I've been hurt in relationships. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's the relationship. That truly, Meri, who you ignored and treated like crap, stopped putting up with your crapola and giving you money and supporting your life. That's what happened. So don't even, but I love this whole thing about on the razor's edge. I'm like, oh yeah, Kody, you are such a bad boy.
Yeah.
It's like, please. You are nothing. He loves thinking of himself as a bad boy. I'm like, you don't even know what a true,
No,
you don't even know what true being a bad boy means.
No, you've never done shit. I mean, yeah. Okay, whatever. He's the biggest goody two shoes there is. He's not a bad boy, but I know he was ecstatic when he fell. He jumped up. He did. He popped right back up and he was like, "Whoa," shaking it off and showing off and showing how, say, I'm not even hurt. Like, oh, well, I got this scratch. It's just a little dirt. It's good for my immune system.
Mhm.
I mean, he just starts peacocking, like,
immediately.
And then he's like, Robyn's like, "Oh, you okay?" And he's like kissing her because she's got dirt on her face. And he's kissing her with the dirt and saying something about it. And I mean, he's living for this. He loves this. He's just showing off. Like, oh, it's just a spaz.
So they have to, then he's like, well, it's good for us to sit down and chat and do our health checkups on the relationship.
The relationship check-in.
Which something I recommend to couples that I work with. It is good to have relationship check-ins and, put your phone down, look at each other in the eyes. I just don't think you need to be doing it constantly every goddamn day.
Yeah.
But you should, how are we going to spend our money? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? Like, but these two, they make everything so dramatic and,
so she's saying to the camera that Kody's still, that basically Kody, everything with Kody is wonderful, but every once in a while he still slips into divorce mode, and he gets in his feelings about this, and then he's emotionally unsafe and she has to pull away from him.
Okay. I want these two, my challenge to them next season, neither of them can use the word safe any longer. I want you to find another word because I don't think you know what it is that you're abusing safe. Sorry, I keep saying this, but you're abusing the word and you should not be able to use it because he's like, when I'm feeling beautiful, when things are beautiful and safe and whole, it's like, oh God.
Yeah. I don't know where they learned that word.
You got it from Robyn.
Yeah. And she just uses it. It's a word that they use when they just don't want to deal with something.
Yeah. That's you're not
safe.
That's not safe. You're triggering me. You're doing this, you're doing that. It's like, no, you're negating how someone else feels and you're running away. That's not, how are you unsafe? I mean, really, like if the two of you actually trust each other, then the two of you should never feel unsafe with each other. Really.
Yeah. You should know that the person has your best interest in mind. And what's there to feel unsafe about? She just doesn't like hearing about the other wives. She doesn't like him being upset because of the other wives.
Because I'm sure he's a real drag. Yeah. I'm sure he's a real goddamn drag. And I'm sure he's exhausting and a drag. And I think those are the moments where she's like, oh, I really liked him when he was part-time. You know what I mean? I really do. Right. I think those are the moments where she's like, oh God, he would normally go to Christine's by now. And like, yell at her.
She just needs a break from him. But she thinks that he has taken accountability.
Yes, she did. She said that for the marriage is falling apart. I'm like, no, he didn't.
No.
Did not take
Wait till you
accountability.
watch the film of these quote unquote apologies.
But she doesn't watch the show. It's too painful for her. She's not going to watch the show.
You don't think she watches the show?
No. I mean, that's what she claims. She claims she doesn't watch the
Wow.
show. And so maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. I believe contractually you're kind of obligated to watch the
she
show.
has to for the tell-all. Like, she can't, if she hasn't watched the show, how can she go into the tell-all and answer questions?
But she doesn't really answer questions, and she avoids things. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, again, that's what she's claiming, but who knows?
I don't know.
But she may or may not. She's not going to see what it is. And again, she doesn't want to see what it is. She needs to believe that he took accountability and everything's good and they can move on with their lives. But don't you love the first thing he thanked her was for being loyal?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you earned it. So again, these are the moments where Robyn really has his number.
Mm-hmm.
Really has his number. Because here's the thing. Robyn figured out very early on that loyalty mattered to him. And that she, I'm sure, did lots of things that he would say were not loyal, but she's always able to phrase it in a way or show it to him in a way where it remains loyal.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So like her not wanting to, like him being, angry about the divorces, she's never saying to him, you shouldn't be angry or let's look at it a different way or whatever. She's saying, well, you're emotionally unsafe. So now he's like, oh, this is how I can't be angry around her. I can't have those, or I shouldn't. She's just avoiding the feel,
Mm-hmm.
She's not being more loyal. She's just figured out how to work him, really.
Right. Yeah. And so he says, no, I've been apologizing to all these other people. And, he realizes he needs to apologize to her because she was never brutal or unkind or disloyal. And he owes her an apology most of all.
Yes.
Yeah. And, poor Kody. I mean, he's just, she's acting like poor Kody. Like, this has been so hard for you. And the tears, the fake tears, just all of it. Like, she's forgiven him.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the whole thing where he's like, I apologize to you for not trusting you or whatever it was. And it's like, I always knew you would come back and get back here to this place, Kody. And do you forgive me? Yes, I did. As it was happening, I forgive you. Thank you for being loyal.
These two, they deserve each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kody says at the end, he keeps waxing poetic about whatever. I mean, I get lost in his word salads, but he says it just would have been better to have broken up with Grace. And I'm like, yeah, well, that was on you. You're the one who flipped the fuck out.
Knife in the kidneys? You said that.
Yes.
You said that. Nobody else.
Yeah. The fuck you, Kody fight. You started all of that.
No, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, Kody, you were part of a lot of that.
I've been here day long, in and out, all these years. But I've got the thing memorized. I mean, yeah, you were the one who didn't act gracefully.
No.
Janelle was just trying to have she was just trying to have a conversation with you. Christine was just trying to have a conversation with you. You did give Meri the grace of even telling her that you
Meri would like a conversation with you. You didn't even give her that conversation.
Yeah. That she had to learn from the show that you considered yourself divorced from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy, if only those women had just, shown more grace.
Like Robyn. I'm like, no, she just knows how to work you. And again, you can say that, is that a healthier is it, who is that truly the best relationship for him? The person that kind of knows where to point you and where to push your buttons and make you work versus the person who's going to be really honest with you. And again, I think this is what we're seeing, which is Robyn doesn't have the ability to give him what he really needs, which is the ability to look at himself the way Ron and Meri are working on themselves. Like, she doesn't have that ability. So this is it.
So
this is the extent of it.
Kody's just going to be Kody.
Yeah.
That's, forever.
All right. Well, next week we shall see. We'll see what happens. We assume this is the end of this.
This has got to be.
I mean, what more can we say?
Well, yeah, it was all, wrapping up, checking in, whatever. I guess we'll have a few tell-alls, 3 or 4, and then.
Okay, so have you seen this? Because I don't want to start rumors, because we fought, sister wives. We get a lot of these on Facebook. We get so many sister wives pages and random messages. There's all these accounts where it's so weird. But
it's mostly fake, I think.
But one of the accounts I saw that looked maybe real was that is Aurora pregnant?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay, then maybe that's an AI thing, because I haven't heard it. Because I saw that and I was like, this seems kind of real, but no,
it's not. She's
sorry.
Everybody. I saw one where she even has said she'd had a baby and she was holding a baby, but no, I don't think so. Aurora has been well trained. She's going to go with the program. She is, I'm sure, going to get married soon.
Oh yeah, but she doesn't want to give away her flower. Remember Robyn?
That thing she threw on the ground.
Yes.
That symbolized her brother, Dayton.
Yeah. That, the children, the 3 children that she had with this guy, that she's now regretting so much, even though you are the product of it. Yeah.
God, yes. Did that ever cross Robyn's mind, what she was saying? I mean, and nobody, not even Kody, said, well, maybe you shouldn't say that. Yeah. Well, what we don't know is if this is a end of the whole show. I mean, it could be. It could be. Because they've kind of wrapped up all the stories of the relationships, Meri and Janelle got their releases. They're out. They're living their lives. Christine has moved on. Kody and Robyn are good, I guess.
Yeah, he's not going to fix this stuff with his kids, or he's not going to talk to anyone about it. Okay. No, you're right. I just don't. I think that this show is still very highly rated for TLC. I think for the amount of, I bet you anything, it's probably cost effective for them, with the money they pay them and the production costs versus maybe what they get in ad revenue. I don't know. So there's a part of me that kind of wonders if they're going to, if this really is the end, because I just don't think any of these people can leave the show quite yet financially.
True, but I mean, what are the storylines going to be? Because none of the adults.
That doesn't matter, Brooke. But truly, that doesn't matter. It doesn't, because they will find a way to do it.
I mean, okay, so Janelle, she lives with Maddie. Okay, Matt, she has to have someone to talk to. Maddie doesn't seem to, they can't just, fly in these friends, these so-called friends all the time. She doesn't have anyone to talk to. I don't think Maddie's interested in being on the show. Otherwise, we'd see her a lot more. The adult children are not interested in being on the show. So what is David and Christine's storyline going to be?
With Mykelti being gone, that's a big one, because Mykelti did kind of create content for them.
Aspen, I don't think, wants to be on the show. And the other kids, I mean, the younger kids are living their lives. And so it's just going to be like Robyn's kids. We're going to watch Aurora get engaged and get married. And
maybe,
Solomon and Ari, they can't deliver anything. And then we have Brianna, who's kind of been MIA during this season, and Dayton is completely MIA.
I don't disagree with you that there's not enough content. I don't think that content's really what they focus on. I really do think it's dollars and cents. I really do. And I think if they think we can get away with another year of this, and again, I just don't. Then Godspeed, Robyn and Kody. I want to see how the two of you are going to come up with that monthly nut every month. without this show. I'd really love to see it.
I don't know.
Because this is one of the big things about these reality shows. I'm sorry, but like the show provides you with a platform to get the gigs that you want to get, to develop other things. But it keeps you relevant. And the minute you're not on TV anymore, then it's all on you to keep yourself relevant. And it's very different trying to keep yourself relevant just on Instagram, just on Facebook, just Meri showing, LuLaRoe things versus being on this show.
Yeah. And neither Kody nor Robyn have developed anything. I mean,
no.
Robyn tried for like 10 years to do that Sister Wives Closet and finally gave up. But they don't have anything. I mean, well, I guess Kody, maybe he could go on some more reality shows. I don't know.
Anywho, we shall see. Well, we'll know next week what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here with us. If you enjoy us and want to hear more from us, we have a Patreon, so go check us out. You get all these shows ad-free, plus we do a weekly bonus. And then for our higher tier, we have we do a monthly true crime exclusive. This month, or last month, I should say, we did the Reiner family tragedy. We covered that. And then we also do an Ask Us Anything where you can ask us legal questions, mental health questions, that kind of thing. So go check us out there. There are other ways to support us. You can leave us a 5-star rating and review. Those really do help us. You can follow us on social media. You can subscribe to the show. You can spread the word. You can tell a friend. Yeah. There's so many things to do.
Send this episode to a friend.
Yeah.
Turn them on to.
Yes.
Psych Legal Pop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Here we are. Because we're living on the razor's edge, people.
That's right.
Razor's edge.
Us and Kody.
I mean, I will say Kody has made me laugh a lot. I mean,
yeah.
He is fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
So there is that. But
yeah.
Anywho, thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
That new thing? Yeah, we've got it. The Drop by GNC, bringing you all the newness that matters. Handpicked by the pros who actually know what's up and what's proven to work. We keep you on top of the trends and dialed into what's next. Whether you're crushing it at the gym, leveling up your game, or thriving every day, The Drop by GNC is where the latest solutions in health and wellness land first. Non-stop innovation and fresh finds daily. Explore what's new and what's next on The Drop by GNC.